Hey everyone, after a long break I'm back. It's xBlackStaRx with a new devlog. I haven't posted in over 3 months because I've been completely immersed in game development. Well, mostly I was just getting high and enjoying life. Nah, I'm just kidding. Or am I? For real though, I've been working harder on the game in the last 3 months than in the entire previous half year combined. After the last devlog, I gave the game to a few game testers and got some really honest and useful feedback. Especially one tester told me something like, either add the enemies or make the game's local co-op where the two players are tied together with a rope. That will give the game a nice puzzle feel. I immediately rejected the enemy's idea. That doesn't fit my vision for the game. But the local co-op with the rope? That actually got me excited. So I went for it. And here comes the fun part. During one single weekend I spent about 12 hours implementing multiplayer, basically rewriting large parts of the game core's logic. I was dangering close to throwing my PC out of the window multiple times. But in the end, it worked, and here is the result. But beside that, I completely overhauled the upgrade menu. It's not the final version yet, but it already feels much better and it gives way more motivation to collect points and unlock new upgrades. Because they now actually make the game significantly easier and more enjoyable. Since the core mechanic of the game is flying, I also completely reworked that. I switched it to fully physics-based system. You can now really feel the weight, inertia, and that satisfying flying feel I wanted from the beginning. I also fixed the collision and crash physics. Before, if you just barely touch a wall with your head, the game will immediately register it as crash and trigger the crash sequence. Now you actually need a certain speed and impact force for the crash to trigger, which improved the flow of the game a lot. And finally, I create a new death effect screen, which in my opinion looks way better than the old one. And now for the best part, I managed to create a completely new zone, the alien base zone, which you could already see at the beginning of the video. Now I'll show you the short time lapse of how I built this zone from scratch to its current stand. While the time-lapse play, I also explain why I decided to go in this direction and what I was thinking during the process. Now, if I'm being honest, at the beginning I wasn't really sure what I wanted to build in this zone. Like now I wanted something completely different from the previous areas. While the lava zone was very open with a lot of space to maneuver, I wanted to go to the opposite direction here. Tight, claustrophobic, corridors, new mechanics and dangerous traps. At first I started with a single laser you had to dodge, but I scrapped that idea pretty quickly. It just didn't feel right. Then I began working on the part I called the alien core and the mechanical area, which is supposed to look like alien production line full of machines and generators. The idea behind the alien core was to make it feel like environmental boss. This is going to be the hardest section in the whole zone because of the constantly spinning lasers, force fields and the electrical discharges. After that I went to the beginning and completely redesigned the first part, which is what you saw at the start of the video. It now features moving platforms and pipes leaking, that's it. Then came a lot of environment polishing, small tweaks, and finally, the alien base zone was born. Oh, and I almost forgot, I also added a conveyor belt with the piston traps and these moving elevators platforms you have to dodge through. That piston trap was heavily inspired by Half-Life 2. Alright, I think that was it for this devlog. Also, one honorable mention, my Steam page for JetBound is finally live. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out and drop a wishlist, it really helps me a lot. If you have any tips or ideas about what I should add to the game, feel free and leave them in the comments. I read every single one and maybe your suggestion will make it into the game. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!